every one of us has this DISC, every one of us. I think it is all about the question you ask them, right? What are the key questions you ask? Simple as that. How do you get to know somebody at a level of authenticity? And we have these conversations with our buyers, with our sellers, and what is it that we're asking them? How do they respond to it? It could be that they're not, they could have a shield and not be their authentic self, right? But how do you, not profile, but how do you find out their personality, their DISC profile in 2 minutes? So I ask them what kind of work, where do they work? So here's how I start off. And basically I just say, hey, I just want to basically know a few questions I'm going to ask you. And I just want to basically know, what is it that you're looking for? Where is it that you're looking to buy? And are you looking for something close to your work? And by the way, just for my own, out of curiosity, I just want to know, where do you work? Or where does your wife work? Right? And if they say, well, we work at Google. All right, great. And what do you do for a living? Or you can ask, what do you do for a living? Because I want to make sure, how do you take it into your flow of questions to not offend them or, you're becoming too curious, would be to say, I just want to make sure that if you're looking for a property close to your home, close to your work, I want to make sure that I can accommodate and send those listings to you, or I can accommodate you. What do they like to do for fun? Do they spend a lot of time in the backyard? Do they want a great room? Do they want to put a ping pong table there? Or what is the reason why they want certain things in their home? When I'm asking them those questions, I think it is more asking them what do they do in their free time, because then I get to know their hobbies. And if someone just likes to sit there and watch TV all weekend long, just on Netflix binge watch, sometimes they like to go back horse riding. What am I trying to find out is, do they have an eye in them, or do they like to host parties? Are they social? And that's how I know that they've got that eye in them, right? And I think it's very important to ask these key questions, because you get to know them better. And then in return, you get to cater them according to their personalities, right? Our business is all about catering to our clients' needs and wants. Demands, whether they're a seller. How do you know if a seller is very analytical? How do you know a seller is like, yeah, I really don't care what you do with the home, just get me the best price, bottom line. That's a D. You will get to know a person just by talking to them. Are they looking for historicals in the area? Are they looking for inventory data? Are they looking for statistics? Obviously, that's a C, right? So when asking the right questions, you get to know them. And you get to know their personality. I cater to what their profile is. One of the clients that is an engineer, we just got off the phone with him, and obviously there's issues with the inspection reports, which obviously some issues in the foundation. How did we talk to them into calming him down that, look, you know what, the location, prime location is important. He's a C. He needs to hear everything. He needs to read all the disclosures, which obviously, yes, we recommend that. But he was very much diving into certain parts of the home inspection report. And we were prepared because we knew his personality. He's going to dig and ask us questions about that particular that particular foundation issue that was there. And I also picked up on where he said, we love the location. Guess what I said then? Location is key. Have you heard of the phrase location, location, location? And he's like, you're right. He was thinking of not submitting an offer, and the home is listed at 1.3. We have to go significantly over. But then I heard his voice getting a little shaky, and so I said, you don't have to go that high. You just do what you're comfortable with. You have to listen to what your clients are saying. Of course. We had a client that was a high D and now is more like a C, very analytical, very careful of the next home they pick because they didn't like certain things. And their career is not being an analytical person, actually. They're more of a pharmacist. They're in pharmaceutical, right? And they're a manager of a pharmacy. So guess what? Social skills, right? Sales skills, right? And that's where their IS comes in, because they have to mingle with other people. They have to talk about the meds. They have to, make their staff happy. So there is an I and there is an S, security, being careful. And of course, when they do their dosages and all that good stuff, and there's their C right there. So he's now more of a, and what I do is I always take note. Whenever I do a buyer sheet, I always put their disc profile, what I think that is. And then in the end of it all, when they close on their transaction, I actually put their true disc profile from the first time I met them to the last time I met them. And if they're my repeat client, now I know I can go back and look at those profiles and say, okay, this is what they were the last time. Wonder what it is this time, I do have the option to do that now. I didn't pick and choose. I actually had to learn the hard way that I don't have a choice. I was the only one working. So I got to make sure that my family was taken care of, right, at that time. I mirror and match. I think it's so important to mirror and match because they will understand that you are comfortable with them and they should be comfortable with you. Even though I don't want to work with them, I somehow make it work. This particular client, I told him, listen, this is the market where you will have to go above asking. And he didn't like that. His ego got bruised a little bit. But how do I recover back from a bruised ego to say, hey, I'm here to help you and help you understand the process of buying? I backed off and I didn't talk to him for a couple of days. He came back to me, and before I went into more detail about the property with him, because my buyer's agent was showing it to him, I let her take the role on it, which is my daughter. I didn't respond to the chat boxes. At the end of the day, he's the one who came back and said, Janki, because you've got some great experiences and you have got amazing reviews, blah, 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 I want to work with your team, but I do want to say that you're right. I did my research, and your daughter, someone sent me, Altos research, blah, 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 So it was to where I didn't want to work with him, but yet we managed to kind of cover it all up together. With my D personality, it was so hard, but sometimes we have to do that, right? I would be more like a driver saying, okay, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go, But with some clients, you do need to step back because their personalities are different. You don't want to step on their toes. Otherwise, they're going to, in this industry, we're dime a dozen, sadly.
Right.
We are.
Right.
Your value proposition, however, your unique value proposition is different from everyone, hopefully. And that's what makes us different, right? I do focus on what I like about them, but more than anything, I want to make sure that I am catering to them in a way that it is a win-win for them. I want to make it to where if the husband says, I want to know more about this, I want to know more about the return of investment, Of course, then I dive into, the statistics, the past history, all of that good stuff. And with the wife, I cater more towards her emotions, if that is who she is. But in some cases, she's the driver. We don't know that. Every time, one thing I've realized in our business, when you're talking to two couples, the person that is quiet is the person that's probably going to be making the decision. I know that is the driver in this team right here. So how do I cater to the silent one? What do I say in order to make him or her and happy and to win their business? What do I say to them? I need to let them know you got to be patient with the process.
Okay.
It is a process. It is a process, and it's going to take time. It's going to take 30 days or 25 days to close it. You cannot and sometimes I just not ignore them, but I just not respond right away, and they'll get the message. I always say, you know what? You probably know this, but I want to just say it to you. And I'm sure you've heard it from friends that have purchased homes before, that it is a great market to buy a home in. Why? Let me tell you why. Or a great time to sell because of the low inventory. And I'm sure that's why you're calling me, because you probably already know this. Cater to them, right? You don't always have to fight for that seat, right? You don't always have to be the dominant one. You have to sometimes let go, and it's okay, because guess what? At the end of the day, that client has to be happy or should be happy with the services you have to offer to them.